Hello children, welcome back to your next English class. And today I came with your another book, Robinson Crusoe. I hope you remember this book. And till chapter 8 already it was done in your half yearly exam. So it is chapter 9 which you have in your second unit test. So I will discuss today this chapter with you. Okay. Chapter 9, The Print of a Man's Naked Foot. I hope you can understand the name of the title, The Print of a Man's Naked Foot. Naked foot means the feet means foot or feet, plural form feet were bare, okay, naked, and the print of man's naked foot, right? So I will start the story today. See, I was becoming impatient to have use of my boat. I hope you remember about Robinson Crusoe. He made so many sea voyages, right? And all the stories I hope you remembered. So this is the time when he became impatient to have use of my boat, but wanted no more hazards. Okay, I think you remember how he made his boat and all. But I had a strange uneasiness in my mind to go down to the point of the island where, in my last ramble, I went to see the shore and the current. This desire increased every day. Now, what was his desire? That he wanted to see the shore, the current, and these are increasing each and every day. And at length, I resolved to travel there by land, following the edge of the shore. This was his desire. I did so. But had anyone in England met such a man as I was, he would have either been frightened or burst into laughter. I had a high shapeless cap made of goat skin. Now he is telling that he had a great high shapeless cap made of goat skin and with a flap hanging down behind to keep off the sun and rain. I had on a short jacket of goat skin hanging down on my thighs and a pair of open-kneed breeches of the same, shoes and socks. Now he is telling what he had with it. Okay, I had none, but had made some flaps for the feet with. This is, I can understand what is there. Please see this from your book, right? See this word. And I had huge whiskers like the Turks and looked monstrous. Okay. But all this was of no consequence as I went on my journey and was out 5 or 6 days. I travelled along the seashore and anchored my boat. I went over the land to some height and was surprised to see the sea all smooth and quiet. It convinced me that it was only the ebb and flow of the tide. What happened one day at noon, when I was going towards my boat, I was exceedingly surprised. Why? Because I saw a print of man's naked foot. See, to see a print of man's naked foot, I felt I had seen a ghost. I was terrified. You can understand what was the shape of that print. He felt that it was a ghost, and he was frightened on that moment. I listened and looked around and saw nothing. I went to the print again. It was unmistakably a man's foot, toes, heels, all there. I came home to my fortification feeling very unsafe, every bush and tree looking like a man. Then he was feeling danger, feeling very much frightened, right? So all the things, it was looking like a man. All the bush and trees, all the things are looking like a man. Many wild ideas crowded my mind. I fled like one pursued and entered my. Go to the next page. entered to his castle, as I called it. I did not sleep at all that night because he was very much frightened, so he couldn't sleep. Because my fears were great, but I felt so embarrassed with my own self for being so frightened and thinking that it must be the devil. Now reason asserted itself, and I wondered where was the sheep that brought the human shape? Where were other footprints? Now he is thinking some more. Where were the arrival savages? Had they found my boat? Would they carry off my riches? Would I be left to perish? Now he is, as he was frightened, so he was questioning to himself. I became angry to my covered eyes and got courage to stare out again. But now he became angry on himself. That why I am being behaving like a coward. So he got some courageous. The goats needed to be milked, and I went about my work. Some days later, after some days having become bolder, I went down to the spot once again. When I reached the spot, the first thing that struck me was that I could not have been hereabouts, and secondly, when I measured my foot, I found the footprint to be much larger. I was again filled with feverish wonder. I went home sure of the fact that some man or men had been on shore and that the island was inhabited. What steps I should take for my security, I did not know. He couldn't understand what kind of step he can take for his own security. Okay. Should I throw down my enclosures and turn my name cattle loose so that the enemy may not find them? Now he is asking, he is just suggesting himself. Okay, he is giving the suggestion to himself. Or should I dig up my cornfield to leave no grain for them and demolish any signs of my habitation so that they may not know of my existence? Thus, the fear of danger is 10,000 times more terrifying than danger itself. This confusion of thoughts kept me awake again all night, but by morning I slept soundly and awoke composed. For 15 years I had not met even the shadow of a figure. For 15 years, right? This may have been a casual accidental landing, driven here against their will, so they did not stay and went away with all speed. I felt I should only consider a safe retreat in case I should see any savages land on the spot. I wish I had not dug my cave so large and began considering a second fortification, thicker and stronger. Go to the next page. Yes. So now I had a double wall. My outer wall was thickened with pieces of timber, old cables, and anything I could think of. It took a month to finish and was tiring work, but I had a wall above 10 foot thick. Okay. I made 7 holes in the wall and planted my muskets there. Outside, I stuck all the ground with stakes, which soon showed signs of sprouting. Thus, in 5 or 6 years, I had a wood before my dwelling, which is impassable. No man could imagine anything beyond it. I also found a clear 3-acre piece of land in the retired part of the island, surrounded by woods. Immediately I went to work, and in a month's time I moved my flock or herd of 10 she-goats and 2 he-goats. All this labor I was at the expense of purely the fear of the print of a man's foot, which I had seen, though I had not seen any human near the island up to now. He didn't see any human being near the island, but only one time he saw that print of a man's foot. From that time He just made this all, and this is the line he told, that though I had not seen any human near the island up to now, these 2 years I had lived in the constant fear of falling in the hands of savages or cannibals, that I had lost my peace of mind. For 2 years he was in the fear, so he couldn't he couldn't live peaceful lifetime, peaceful conditions. He didn't get the peaceful conditions. Okay, this great fear of being murdered and devoured before morning, the dread of impending mischief, became a great disability of my body and mind. In this state I seldom found myself in a suitable frame of mind of prey to my Maker, at least not with the calmness and acceptance that I should have had. Okay, this was your chapter number 9. So I hope you have understood. The next chapter is chapter number 10. I will definitely come back with the next chapter, but before that, please read this chapter. If you have any problem to understand anywhere, you can ask me in comment box. Okay, so thank you so much and have a nice day. Bye bye.